Alright. Let's go ahead and switch over. Boop. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're finally in the 4th region. Nice work, everyone. This is it, the last area. May not be as big as some of the others, but there's no telling what might await us there. Still, after everything this crew has overcome, I have complete faith we'll make it through whatever else lies ahead. Let's just take it one step at a time. Yeah, it's not good to dwell on things too much. By the way, do you think it'd be okay if I cloned myself again right now? No, the risk's too great. Doing that leaves you too vulnerable. How many times do I have to tell you? Yes, you're right. I'll just stay on the bridge like I'm supposed to. Okay, now that we've all steeled ourselves for what's to come, let's go ahead and get started. Ah! Huh? What is it? Are we under attack? Well, I thought I heard a pinging sound, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. You couldn't tell? No, I couldn't. There was something unreal about it. Almost like an auditory hallucination. Just what you want to hear from your sonar substitute, I know. Are you getting anything, Betty? I've been searching all around at max range and sensitivity, but I'm not picking up anything at all. Ah! Was that an explosion? Where'd it come from? Oh man, something's headed our way, like right now. Huh? I think I'm seeing something, but there's still no sign of any enemies near... What was that? An enemy ship just fired one of their weaker Noble Phantasm level beams at us. Damage report, now! Portside here. Thanks to the new upgrades, it didn't even scratch our pressure hull. But I still don't want to take a direct hit from an A-rank beam. Engine room, full reverse, keep us silent. We need to figure out what's going on here. Aye aye. Triton wheel, full reverse. Yang Guifei, Osakabe Hime, tell us everything you can about that attack. I'm sorry. I heard it coming, but I just have no idea where it came from. Same here, I think. I could tell from my bounded field that there was something next to us, but I couldn't quite pinpoint where it was. Maybe it's some kind of sonic camouflage? Are they using white noise to hide a new silent Noble Phantasm the way we do? This is the workshop. It would seem the enemy has yet another new adaptation. I'll begin studying this new development as soon as we are out of harm's way. Until then, good luck. Bridge here, copy that. Alright everyone, this won't be the most pleasant voyage, but I'm going to need you all to remain on alert for the time being. Then we'll need to up our searching game more than ever. You, keep your ears peeled for any sign of enemies. I'm gonna head outside the ship for a bit. Sonar Hime out. I like how she's just going along with it. Ooh, 4th area. Let's see. Shrink? Yeah, it's about the same size as the 1st region. Alright, I'm gonna need some more of those, shells and teeth, so... What? Oh, come on, don't do this to me. This is embarrassing. Alright, let's try this again. Let me make sure that that's the right one. Jeez, mouse. Okay, yeah. Okay. Boop. Let's go ahead and do that. Get some charge on Voyager. Mm-hmm. All right. I know I have a sweet tooth, but I think this sweetened tea I have is a little too concentrated. Let's get some charge on Addy. Alright, get some more charge on Abby. Not quite full charged, but she's getting there. Alright, let's see.
忙しいんだな。ヒュー。風の音。えい。
Alright, alright. Do.
Showtime! Say, fire! Say, fire! Hey!
Huh. Hmm.
そうだね。スイングバイするよ。星の歌。ゴーゴーゴー。
Alright, let's see. Huh.
Shoo! そうだね。波の音。
Ah, so close.
ダメだから。
Let's see. Just in case.
腰が違うのです。腰が。
Let's go ahead and get a brave chain. Alright, is that? Oh, it's just one time in general, okay.
豪快にひらめいた。
Here we go.
My name is Musashi Miyamoto!
I like that English.
僕は導く人の夢人の望み届けようすべて遠き星の空へいつか僕はたどり着くペイルブルードット我が手に白金の鍵あり虚無より現れその指先で触れたもう我が父なる神よバラの眠りを越えいざ究極の門へと至らんクリフォーン大ファー
Alrighty.
バーサーカーだから悔しくありません。
Miyamoto's down, but we're about to finish them off.
やってみる見心のままに、
And there we go.
いた絶えなる光の主は来ませり
Alright, how many of those do we have now? 17 fangs and 30 scales. Okay, we can work with that. Alright, let's start on that fourth region then.
ウツボが出るかタコが出るか巨大イカだけは避けたいところだけど
このソナちょっと重い感じ
Ooh, hello.
投げるの疲れそうだな
Silver chest. Crown of Silvery Light. Okay, let's do one more scan.
ウツボが出るかタコが出るか巨大イカだけは避けたいところだけど
Alright. The unthinkable dissolving. 2 out of 3, huh? What in the world is going on here? We've had several of the same attacks now, and neither Ozukabehime nor Yanguifei were able to detect the attacks ahead of time. We haven't even seen any actual void enemies this time, just their attacks. What is going on here? I don't know, but the fact is, if they wanted to sink us, we'd already be in Davy Jones' locker. This is the most unpleasant thing I've experienced since my bout with pufferfish tetrodotoxin. I don't know if they're toying with us or we're just getting lucky. Damn it, I hate this. I'm back from patrol. You already got the data I sent you, right? Yep, on it. Putting the images I processed up on the monitor now. We still haven't seen scale or fin of any enemies here, but if we zoom in real tight on this one part... So it's nothing but shadows? Exactly! There's a ton of sus grid spaces here. I can't believe she's actually said it. But I can't find the enemy that ought to be in the center of them anywhere. We haven't even seen a single attack from any of the small enemies, and we still have no idea where all these beam attacks are coming from. That does it. These waters are too dangerous for us to linger. For the time being, I say we head back to the previous area. Okay, let's plan our move somewhere we can take a breath. Actually, Captain, before we leave, do you think we could try sending out a ping of our own, just once? You think we'll be able to find these enemies that way? That doesn't seem likely. I don't think it'll help us find these enemies either. It would be great if it did, but there's another reason I want to try. I want to try scanning the terrain here to see what's going on with these strange reverberations I've been hearing from the enemy attacks. Like you said, Captain, if they wanted to sink us, we'd already be sunk by now. So I don't think sending out one ping is going to get us killed. I see. Okay, let's do it. Mash, get in a defensive position, just in case. Understood. Okay, sending out one pulse. No retaliation so far. Well, I just learned one thing. This area's exit is blocked off. What? Here, I'll show you an updated map on the monitor. There we go. It really is blocked off. How can this be happening? The terrain itself is changing? This has to be deliberate, if not outright malicious. Who's behind this? Why is this happening to us? I know that monstrous enemy ship wanted to stop us from going further, but we already defeated it. Did I not already tell you? That ship was almost certainly being controlled by someone else. And if that is correct, this mysterious entity can only be telling us one of two things. I'm going to kill you slowly, or you shall not pass. If it is the former, we are simply done for. If it is the latter, it would be worth seeing what happens if we comply and cease our attack. Sorry to interrupt, but we have another incoming explosion! What do you say, Captain? Alright, let's give it a shot. Shut the engines down, stand by. Mash, keep your guard up. Right. It looks like the attacks have stopped. You don't look so good, Captain. Yeah, you might be right, but can you blame me? I feel like a kid who just had his parent take away his checkers set. It's like our opponent's ignoring the rules and pinning me down by my head. If I don't snap out of it, this might even start to wear down my confidence in my abilities as captain. Since the attack seemed to have stopped, I'm going to lower the threat level for now and take a break for a while. I need some time alone. Come on, everyone, we could all use a break. Nemo, can I stay with you? Then go. Sorry, but no, not right now. Right, of course. I'm sorry, I should have known better. I can't do anything to help. I want to pay Nemo back for helping me, but I can't. Why not? Is it because I'm not really Van Gogh? No, that can't be it. I am Van Gogh. I am. All my memories and everything I know say I am. There might be some inconsistencies here and there, but I know I'm Van Gogh. The only reason I can't bring myself to believe it is because I lack conviction. So what can I do to show my conviction? Knowing me, I can... Yeah. Glilizoth. Subasov taglagl. Ulmiglig. Naftagen. I feel like I need an exorcism just reading that. Okay, I need some more of the... Alright, back to third region. Phew. Oh, wait. Actually, this one might be good.
僕はね、早いよ。忙しいんだな。雨の音、スイングバイするよ。雷の音、星に刻むよ。
Alright, there's that.
ミュージック。
Arts of a Conqueror.
Eh, やってみる。そうだね。風の音、
Well, good thing I had debuff immune on him.
見えた。
そうだね。
承知。
スイングバイするよ。
There we go. Let's see. Let's
いいよ。
get some crit stars.
いいよ。スイングバイするよ。星の歌、ゴー雷の音。うわっ、さあ行こう。リストオフ。
Alright. Let's go for Brave Chain. Alright, bring him out. Okay.
いいよ。スイングバイするよ。
Ah. Alright, let's see what we can do here. There's that.
おしまいにしよう。
では決着としよう。
マスターは悪い人だわ。僕は導く。人の夢、人の望み、届けよう。すべて遠き星の空へ、いつか僕はたどり着く。ペイルブルードット。
我は覇王にあらず、ただ歴史を開くための時の歯車。ゆえに阻めば蹴散らすのみぞ。
Okay. And Abby should finish it off, or at least get very close.
我が手に白金の鍵あり。虚無より現れ、その指先で触れたもう。我が父なる神よ。バラの眠りを越え、いざ究極の門へと至らん。クリフォーン大見てくださったマスター。
Alrighty. There we go. Let's go ahead.
そこだね。焦らず着実に改造を埋めていこ
Hmm. Ooh, hello. Collecting some flotsam. If it were the teeth or the scales, I would be good off. Teeth! Okay, I'll take it. Let's...
Raiko, 出番だ。手加減は無用。かましてやれ。
Okay.
ライコ、出番だ。手加減は無用。かましてやれ。
Ooh, double time. Scales! There we go. And what about this one? Okay, let's go ahead and have Batty scan there.
この空ちょっと重い感じ。引き上げるの疲れそうだな。
ウツボが出るかタコが出るか。巨大イカだけは避けたいところだけど。
Alright, let's see.
So こだね。焦らず着実に海図を埋めていこう。
We're getting a lot of these 4-star foes. Wish there was a 5-star foe that could just, you know...
よし、探索用お坂部姫発射。泣き言は後で聞く。
let's see. Do. Okay.
Raiko, 出番だ。手加減は無用。かましてやれ。
Filling it out nice and quick. Imperial Consort of the Heavenly Emperor. Ooh. Increase critical strength against enemies with the burn status by 30%. Ooh, that sounds like a good effect. Now, if only I actually had a Yangui Fei.
艦内戦闘に備えよ。何が出るかわからないからね。
Alright, let's see. How about this one?
ウツボが出るかタコが出るか。巨大イカだけは避けたいところだけど。そこだね。焦らず着実に海図を埋めていこう。そこだね。焦らず着実に海図を埋めていこう。
Okay. What have we got here? More Flatum. Certainly getting our survey points in. I suppose now would be a good time for me to enhance Ryder Carmilla, I guess. All right. 1500 and 1680. Jeez, looking good. In more ways than one.
そろそろクエストに戻る？いいよ。その代わり戻ってきたらまた新しい話。
Alright, the unthinkable dissolving. And it's got a lot of arrows, so I assume it's going to be very involved. Oh. Hey there, Master. Hey, Marines. Something got you down? Well, we just saw Captain go into the cargo hold looking like he was marching to his own execution or something. Of course, we can just tell how he's feeling anyway, since we're all connected. So when he feels down, we feel down too. Though we don't all feel it the same way, because we got different personalities and all. So basically, Captain's in enough of a funk that you're all in it, too? Yeah, he's always had a strong sense of responsibility. And he's been feeling bad about bringing us all to this place ever since we got here. Things were looking up for a while recently, but now that's all gone, right? So, you know. But we're sure someone will figure out something eventually, so in the meantime, I see what you did there, we're just keeping busy. Don't worry, things will work out. Especially with these cute charms we've got for good luck. Oh, you mean young Guifei's dolls? Uh-huh. Looking at mine always helps me relax. We're pretty loosely defined phantom spirits, so it's just really reassuring to get something like this. Man, young Guifei's amazing. It's not just the dolls, you know. She figures out what we want and gives it to us without us having to say a word. She helps us out with our jobs, even the manual labor. She hangs out with us during our breaks, plays games with us, sings with us. Honestly, young Guifei might be half the reason the Nemo series, and by extension Captain, has held it together this long. Forget being one of the top 3 beauties in the world, she's more like one of the top 3 nicest people. I hope we get to work with her again sometime. I'll tell her you said that. Okay, see you guys later. Okay, later, Master. Da-da-da. Ah, what are you doing in my room? It's cool in here. But I'll leave if you don't want me here. No, that's okay. No, you can stay. I just have to think for a bit. Yay! Aw, friend is precious. Lounging around. This situation is untenable. I gotta do something about it. Engage maximum lounge mode. You're really tired, huh, Master? What's wrong? I can't figure out who's behind this. And that'll help you? Maybe I'm just going through the motions of thinking. I get it. I do that too sometimes, 'cause I get tired. Then Papa and everyone else do lots of things for me. They're so easy. That sounds nice. Huh? Oh, did you think of something? More like I remembered something, but yeah. Ooh, then I'll go with you. Okay, let's go. It's weirdly quiet here, isn't it? Is that? Bloodstains. Stand back, Master. My, did you think you could protect yourself on all sides alone? I sensed something amiss and came quick as my Shadow Prefect legs could carry me. I should be able to keep at least 2 of you safe. Strange, though. Mouse should have been the first one here, especially now that we're no longer on high alert. Quiet. Something's coming. Yeah! Ha! Huh? There's so many! Be careful, Master. I'm going to carve a path straight to the bridge. The blood leads to the cargo hold. Then we go the other way. Understood. Then I shall make sure we get there, even if I must drench the path in the enemy's blood. Oh boy. This is gonna be nasty, I feel. Seven remaining, huh? Ah, crap. Okay, how about this?
長見逃しません。
では風紀のためですね。
はあ、逃がしはしません。いかがです？
Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that was overkill. But I wanted to trim down the cannons. And trim down the cannons I did, jeez. That hurt. Or Dead Speak. I think I'm gonna play it safe and repair Spirit Origin. And I think I'll do the same for Fran, but release Noble Phantasm instead. Nice, okay. Alright, one down. Okay, and now we just need to tag him.
風紀のためですね。
ライコ参ります。
勝ったー。ご褒美に氷ください。
Alright, and that's a lot of the, uni, however you pronounce it. More. I need more pain. More wounds. More punishment. But I can't inflict any more on myself. So I'll have to have someone do it for me. I love pain. Van Gogh? Hmm.
いいだろう。特殊状況下だ。物資の補給、交換を許可する。それで、もう少し人気のある素材を集めておけばよかったかな。いや、なんでもないよ。単に日誌をつけていただけ。
Let's get some QP.
もう少し人気のある素材を集めておけばよかった。
艦の修理、資源の確保、敵の警戒に新技術の。
Hey, Carizul! Alright. I don't like that question mark there. Did you meet up with Bubbles? Fuck off. What happened? Ugh, you're bleeding. Please, punish me, Nemo. I don't know why, but I can't die. Isn't that strange? I'm Van Gogh, but I can't die. What the? Did your blood just create monsters? I don't understand anything anymore. Who am I? Am I not Van Gogh? If I'm not Van Gogh, then you don't need me. Especially when I just make monsters. So please, kill me, Nemo. You're the captain. You'll be doing everyone else a favor. Stop! Silver Shinobi, what are you doing here? Right now we need to subdue Van Gogh for her own protection. Got it. I like how he's just like, okay, yeah, there's no time to explain. I'll go with whatever you say. That would mean Van Gogh's likely the last enemy in the wave. That's gonna be a problem. Guide for travel, okay. Shadow Prefect. Might need to boost Raiko's, shard. Alright, Brave Chain, let's go. Good crit. Also good crit. Ah, close. Switching over to this one, let's have, let's farm some crit stars. Okay,
見えてる。
Actually, I'm gonna want some charge on these two as well.
分かってる。
セイバ
海はきれいよ。吹き飛べ。
Let's see. There's a big one.
ーテリア
では聞こえてる。
そのようにアタック
いざ。雷撃。て。
イエーイやるよおしまい
Nemo Marines are so cute. Let's see.
テリア
分かってる。見えてる。
セイバーいやそれ急げ
BRB gonna take a headache pill? Alright, Carriesville. And flanked. First thing I should do, I guess, is subdue those tentacle monsters. Increase NP gauge for yourself. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's give her some buster. Let's boost. Actually, let's hold off on that.
では空気のためですねせい
They're going after Fran a lot. I don't like it. Let's focus on that one, and then the other one I'll use Raiko's Vajra of Indra. Seriously, you're not gonna tag Nemo? Alright, let's see.
見えてる。
とりゃ
分かってる。
いやセイバ
Okay.
ーいや
Oh no, I have to take out Van Gogh. Crap.
調子が
Alright, well. Voyager of the Storm.
カモメの歌を聞きたいか。
Let's do this.
ためですね。ならばご覧に入れましょう。いざ。いや、別に。ボルトンエンジンスタート。
照準よろし
計算完了。
ほらぶん回すぜ
艦内設備ロック。
プリンはいいかしら
許可する。海を荒らす者をキャプテンメモは許さない。行くぞ。これをエトラでノーチャンス。
Oh, it's single target?
ゴズ天の東方神帝釈天混合書、すなわち聖仙骨より作られし神の矢。今こそ光てあらゆる敵を撃滅せし拡大艦員混合書。これは耐え。
And Van Gogh's taken out. Now I just need to finish off with the enemies, which is gonna be easier said than done. Ah, crap. I might be boned.
よし、いい味方だね。分かってる。見えてる。聞こえてる。海はきれいにね。
I have some Saint's Quartz, so...
吹き飛べ。マリーンズ出撃。
Okay, that's just cute.
海はきれいになる。大いなる父よ。
Okay, nope, I saved it.
マリーンズ出撃。悪くない戦いだった。たまには人魚に戻るのも。恥ずかしいから。
Okay. It hurts. I love it. We need to get those wounds closed. The infirmary's not far from here. I'll go get her, Master. I heard what happened. I'll start treatment right away. I'll head up to the bridge. Got it. Pains me to say this, but you're probably better equipped to handle this than I am. I'm counting on you, Silver Shinobi. Man, that was crazy. Back to Saberfran and Lancer Raiko. Alright. Okay. I have a bit of an idea. And then we can do this. Alright. Let's get some charge on Raiko. Alright, let's see. Taking on this one. Okay. Good crit. Boom,
え
boom,
空気
boom.
のためはいせい
And I don't think these enemies have any way to, like, gain charge, so...
空気を乱す輩は
Hmm. Let's see. Let's go ahead and... Huh. Trim down the cannons. Why are you speaking, villager? Sorry, I was kind of just trying to think. And that's the sound I made. And Raiko's down. Crap. Oh, crap! I call bullshit on that. I have Saint's Quartz, so... Alright, that should get him... Ah, just shy. As long as the smaller guys don't have that same ability to summon help, I think I'll be fine. Well, relatively. Let's see. Boom. Boom, boom. That should take care of that one. Yeah, just... so close. It always hurts me when I'm like so close and then I have to do that. But oh well, nothing for it. Almost there. There's the bridge. Now, run for it! Is everyone alright? Master, yes, we're okay. You and me are fine. I'm super used to hiding out in a siege. The Marines were a little banged up, but it looks like they've all recovered now. And the other sections? Are they alright too? Engine room here. We got a few nasties pinning us down in here. Be real helpful if you could send us some help. This is the computer room. Need some help down here too. This is the workshop. Baker and I are both pinned down. Need help as soon as... What's going on? Oh, it's you. Lambda here. I took care of the monsters in the aft compartment. They were blocking the way to the shower. I'll pass by the engine and computer rooms next, but you might want to consider giving the whole ship an inspection to be safe. This is the cargo hold. I agree with Lambdarillis. So, Shinobi, we need to go over every millimeter of the ship. We can't let a single monster survive. Got it. Okay. I'm back safe and sound. That sure was an ordeal, wasn't it? Yeah, I want to take a bath and go to bed. I do too, but this isn't over yet. We still have no idea how this happened. These monsters appeared out of nowhere. We've been anchored in place the whole time, too. Yes, about that. As I'm sure you can imagine, the Nemo series knows everything Captain has seen and heard. Van Gogh was covered in blood. And then she started making monsters out of that blood. Okay, quiet please. I've done a preliminary investigation. Those monsters did come from Van Gogh's blood, but it wouldn't be quite accurate to say she made them. Indeed. Her blood merely served as a catalyst to summon those monsters. Once the blood is cleaned up, it will no longer be a problem. It may well be that some manner of spell activated inside her body on its own, whether she intended it or not. I have my doubts. It's clear her wounds were self-inflicted, probably a consequence of her mental instability. My focus in the Nemo series is logic and reason, and that's telling me we can't rule out the possibility that this whole mess was part of an elaborate suicide attempt. Yeah. If nothing else, we know for sure that those monsters showed up 'cause Van Gogh went nuts. I knew she was too dangerous to keep around. You're still gonna keep your contract with her, Master? Let's just take it easy there, Marines. I know your straightforward nature is a big part of your appeal, but to be perfectly honest, I've never cared for the way you guys so blatantly exclude anyone who's not in your group. Hey, you get to work all cozy in the computer room. You can't imagine what it's like for us being right next to the void all the time. This is the kitchen. I'm sorry to say this, Professor, but I think I agree with the Marines. I wish you could try to understand what it's like being on the support side, where you could never solve any of the really big problems yourself. Nurse, you must know what it's like to want to get rid of anything that doesn't belong here for the safety of the crew, right? This is Nemo, Nurse, in the cargo hold. I'm too busy treating the patient to answer right now. Engine room here. Knock it the hell off, Bridge. Just because Captain's exhausted right now doesn't give you all the right to freak out. Our job's to beat the bad guys and protect the weak. That's all there is to it. So, if Van Gogh's a bad guy, then we'll beat her, but we still gotta keep her safe, so... I don't know anymore. I need some ice cream to cool down. Yikes. Sorry about this, everyone. This is Memory Partition's biggest weakness. When things get confusing like this, we end up with all sorts of conflicting ideas, and discussion just kind of deadlocks. This is awful. What should we do, Senpai? We need to solve the mystery of how this happened. Huh? Take a look at this. That's the drawing Zhang Yu left on the wall right before this all happened. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I tried to figure out what it meant a while ago, but I couldn't crack it. Wait, did you figure it out, Master? This is a stone piece from the board game. Go. Huh? There's a shadow on the grid square where Batty detected the enemy. Okay, but there weren't actually any enemies there. The enemy's not in the square. the enemies where the squares intersect. Huh? Wait, is that what the go piece means? Hey, yeah! Unlike in chess, go pieces are placed in the intersecting lines between the squares, not the squares themselves. But wait, does that mean the enemy's in between the squares? How does that make sense? It doesn't. Besides, you and I haven't been missing anything in between the areas, Machan. That's not what I'm saying. What if this game board-like monitor observed some kind of gap between the spaces of existence? I think I understand? Hey, yeah. That's something we may have been overlooking entirely. If we assume that zero-width spaces are lined up at equal distances from each other, exactly where the lines that make up this grid intersect, then yeah. Yeah, that would definitely explain the strange display glitch we're seeing on the monitor. So the very machine we used to observe this anomalous world has been bugging out. No, wait. If these impossible spaces really do exist, maybe it's because observing this world through the monitor actually caused the world to go a little nuts? Hey, yeah, if we can't prove whether the people observing this world have gone mad, or if the world itself has gone mad, does that mean using a buggy machine to observe the world actually distorted the world's spatial structure? Thereby creating gaps between the spaces, just like the lines on a Go board? No, I get the feeling it's actually simpler than that. You're right, Senpai. Someone must have distorted void space at the start of all this. I think somebody must have observed those gaps using the machine as a guide. Indeed, it has always been my suspicion that it was not a machine that trapped us here, but a being. Perhaps it was someone with the same kind of special power we have witnessed, and even benefited from numerous times thus far. Yes, since Yang Guifei has the power to project highly advanced visuals onto void space entities, and Van Gogh's blood has the power to convert those entities into real beings, then perhaps it was another foreigner who manipulated the reverse side of the world's void space into its present form. If that is so, it explains the shape of the gaps between spaces. Especially if we assume that this foreigner got the idea by looking at this game board-like monitor and recreated it, gaps and all. In that case, since we know beyond a doubt that Yang Guifei was summoned here from the throne after this incident had already begun, then the most likely suspect would seem to be... It's gotta be Van Gogh! She's the one behind all of this! Hang on, we need to verify this hypothesis first. Good point. Let's find out right now if these gaps between spaces, I'll call them go board spaces for the time being, really do exist. I think we can say that both Yang Guifei and Osakabe Hime have unconsciously been conducting their searches under the assumption that the space we're in now is a typical three-dimensional one. So we'll completely reconsider that aspect while calculating to determine if there's anything that could contradict the existence of these go board spaces. Okay, let's put our heads together, construct a magecraft function based on this new hypothesis, and update the monitor once we have. In the meantime, we all need to keep a cool head. And actually, Captain, do you think you can come back here soon? I can't leave Van Gogh alone right now, and I can't bring her to the bridge now either. That's okay. We'll make do. So what I'm getting is that the enemies have been attacking on this floor from the lines between the squares, not the squares themselves. And I guess once we're done with this bit, they're gonna all open up and it's just gonna be a freaking swarm. You were right on, Master. Once we re-examined our garbled scan data under the go-board spaces hypothesis, all the inconsistencies we'd been struggling with disappeared. We also found a way to adjust our targeting coordinates to aim at these go-board spaces, and devise movement spells that will let our weaponry reach them. Now we can finally torpedo the enemies hiding out in the spaces between the spaces. All that's left is to give the signal to counterattack. Really? Then let's see if it works right now. I'm sick and tired of getting shot at and not being able to do anything about it. Do you really think we could do that now? With all this tension? We have calls coming from inside and outside the house. Well, ship in this case. Wouldn't it be wiser to focus on beefing up our internal security first? Not at all. The best strategy to distract from internal problems is to give someone an external enemy to focus on. You're even more twisted than I thought, aren't you? Just a little Genji humor. At any rate, as the Shadow Prefect, I have my own piece to say. Van Gogh is innocent. Believe me, I investigated her very thoroughly, and I never found a single piece of incriminating evidence. Oh, come on! I could believe that if you were a caster or an assassin, but a lancer? Well, I suppose I can understand your concern. Besides, you could have just glanced at the monitor. It wouldn't take any time at all. And who knows what's going on inside a foreigner's head anyway? Yeah, we still have no reason to trust her. Yeah! Uh-oh, this is not good. Don't tell me. It's mutiny time! Van Gogh's gotta burn! Please calm down, Nemo Marines. There's no need for violence. They're tougher than I thought. And there's so many of them. It's going to be difficult to defeat them without injuring them. Who cares if they get injured? They're clones, right? Just cut them down and be done with it. Captain, can't you do something to stop them? Captain? Please say something, Captain. Yep, this is bad. The main unit's so overloaded that it's starting to malfunction. If one of the clones gets destroyed now, he won't be able to recover their data or their spirit origin, which will cause a whole other set of problems. Big ones. We could try rebooting the main unit, but myself, Baker, Nurse, and Engineer will all have to authorize it. At this rate, we'll all be killed before we decide on a plan! Come on, guys, stop it! Why are you doing this? We're all friends here, remember? Goi's a good girl, I know it! If there's something wrong with her spirit origin that's causing this, then there must be a way to fix it. And if there isn't, then I'll stop her myself, so please, cut this out! Ah! My strength shall lift the mountains, and my might shall conquer the world. There, I have used my weakest attack to subdue all 13 enemies. Zhang Yu? I awoke because I initially calculated this incident would be over by now. That seems not to be the case. My apologies, everyone. It seems my foresight was limited with regard to these events. Even so, the fact that you were all still alive must mean the 3 things I left to help Master must serve their purpose. I think you miscounted there, Zhang Yu. What? Does this mean the drawing I left on the wall was not sufficiently clear? No, we got your message there. I'm talking about your 4th hint. Aha, now I understand. Oh, I get it now too, Master. Indeed. Of all the tricks for the culprit to employ. Huh? What are you guys talking about? Don't leave me in the dark out here alone. Don't worry, you're not alone. Most of us here, myself included, are in the same boat. Go on, Sylph Shinobi. Just tell us what it is already. Between the 12 Marines, Engineer, Professor, Nurse, and me, we have 16 crew members altogether, and that's the Nemo series lineup who will be manning the ship for a training exercise today. There are supposed to be 12 Nemo Marines in total. So why are there 13? You there. Quit faking and get up. I really messed up here, huh? I never thought you'd get all of us in one place like this. I can't believe it. How did an imposter make their way to the Nemo series when we're all using memory partition? I think that is exactly the blind spot the culprit took advantage of. You may all share what you see and feel, but perhaps you were too reliant on your sense of sight. While I'm sure you would have noticed the change in your shared senses immediately if one of your series were to do something abnormal, or if one of you went missing, there is no way you would have noticed any change when an imposter who looked just like you did the same. That you received no thoughts or senses from them made this easier. But I've been keeping an eye on the Marines all this time to ensure none of them got up to anything indecent. Still, as long as I am around, I will not let a clone or two distract me from my duties. I guess 13 clones was too many for you to keep up with. I suppose you're right, Master. I'm sorry for failing you. Aw, depressed. I feel so sad for Mama Reiko. But then, who could the extra Nemo Marine possibly be? Good question. Want to take a guess?
Master, according to my calculations...
Don't worry. I already figured it out. Oh yeah? Then prove it. You're Katsushika Hokusai. Hokusai snuck in. Okay, yep, knew it. Foreigner, so this time... let's see... There we go. Time to switch out for alter egos. Might want to switch to Robin Hood for this one. Well, guess the cat's out of the bag now. That's right, it's me, the invincible swimsuit swordmaster, painter, and fairy, Katsushika Hokusai. This is hardly the time or place for that shtick. Just forget you saw that, alright? I just can't pretend to be my younger self sober any longer. Not even to pass the spirit origin scan. You were the one disguising yourself as a Marine, Oe? Anyway, how'd you know it was me, Master? Is it 'cause I'm a foreigner? You've been leaving clues here and there. Except for the Marines, they all have basically the same personality. You can think of them as one person sharing 12 bodies. You noticed, huh? I drew those little swirls on the cheeks there myself. Thought it'd be cuter that way. Besides, it's more fun having one that's not exactly like everyone else's, you know? You were the only Marine to customize their doll. Ah, yeah, you got me there. This little dolly was so well made, I couldn't help but try and one-up it. Those swirls I drew were actually teeny tiny dragon crests. I'll show them to you later. Anyway, now that that's settled, let's get going. Oh, and if you get bored, you can always take a gander at the picture scrolls I painted. And then there was the scroll you painted under your own name. Oh, I've seen that one in the database too. It's called Kanu Kapitsu, or Operating on Guan Yu's Arm. And it's one of the few known paintings by Katsushika Oi that still exists today. It's a bold, gruesome painting that depicts the famous General Guan Yu ignoring the pain of his wound while playing Go. Ah, you guys remember that painting, Master Mash? Glad to hear it made an impression on you. I'll be honest, I remembered that painting I showed you when I saw how this here monitor looked like a game board. I thought, that's it. If I just swap the Shogi board out for a Go one, I can't lose. What happened to Todo-sama? Todo-sama's empty right now. Well, more like he's busy being the antenna to the outer god. So you're the one behind all this? Yeah, you could say that. I mixed water and ink into the void to make these seas dangerous. I've been painting rocks and monsters left and right to slow you down, Master. I added that sonar thingy I heard about at the workshop to the monsters. I got the idea to hide them in the space between go board spaces by sneaking a peek at the bridge. And I did it all to stop you and this ship, Master. I don't understand. Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? For a painter, this Void Sea place is a dream come true. It's like one giant blank canvas stretching out as far as the eye can see. And all you gotta do to get all the paint you want is stare into the void a while. What kind of painter would I be if I didn't try to paint something here? But for some reason old Todo-sama wasn't convinced. He kept hemming and hawing about whether it was okay for us to paint here or not. So just this once I gave him a bop on the noggin and disobeyed it. I decided I was going to get on the Nautilus myself, come hell or high water. That was how he ended up like this, and I've been doing my own thing ever since. No way. I don't buy it. You might be a genius painter, but you don't have any skill that would let you disguise yourself as a Nemo Marine. Oh, that? I got something of a metaphysical critical when I used item construction. It let me pass the ship scans. So I lucked out when the Spirit Origin ended up fighting for dominance in my Saber OA won, since that knocked out my vital signs. That made stowing away a piece of cake? You've got to be kidding me! Metaphysical crits, what can you do? This has got to be a reference to freaking Unlimited Blade Works Abridged. Where, what was it? Saber survived Gaebulg, and Kukulane's just like, you know... Well, that's dumb. The fact that you survived that is a result of a medical... is that result of a metaphysical D20? Excuse me, can I just say one thing, please? It's a pleasure to properly meet you, Lady Katsushika Hokusai. My name's Yang Yo-Huan, though I'm historically known as Yang Guifei. I'm also a foreigner, just like you are. Yeah, I know. And damn if you ain't even more of beauty than I'd heard. I'd love to paint your portrait sometime. So, what's a nation-ruining princess like you want to say to a humble painter like me? Have you really sworn loyalty to the outer god? Couldn't be further from my mind. I just want a little time to paint all the pictures I can. You don't mind staying a little longer, do you, Master? I'm just asking you to keep the ship here about 200 years or so. That way I won't have to stick any more BCs on you, or threaten you with cannons or anything like that. You can all just hang out, relax, and enjoy yourselves. How's that sound? I can't do that. That's so. In that case... Master, I think this is exactly what I was summoned for. All you have to do is give the order. Yang Guifei, everyone, you know what you have to do. Ming Baile, understood. I'll do whatever it takes to subdue her. Hang in there, Goi. I admit, I myself missed the whole, like, murder mystery aspect of it. Like, oh, we have an imposter, and... oh, hey, it was this, and we would have known from all these hints. Oh, no NPs? Damn it. Well, they're all alter egos anyway, so... let's see. Chance to evade. Oh, right. Hmm.
より強くより弱くおいしそういいでしょう粉砕しますまあ可愛らしい敵へ捕捉神社にソーラ
Hmm.
来ますソーラこれもエコー観念なさいませ
Let's see, how about this?
捉えましたまあ可愛らしい大豆七夜間砲
Art Seal? I don't remember her having that ability. Unable to use arts cards. Crap. Let's see. Oh, right. I keep forgetting about that nullify buff. Hmm. Actually, Brave Chain might be best here. Hmm. Okay, that actually... how about...
回避は許しません。
Alright, getting some good crits in.
こうです。あらよ。でっかいこうだ。そら。
Hmm. If only I had sure hit. Okay, Melt, if you could land this, that would be great. Yep. Excellent. All right. Progress is being made. Scattering rationale. Shoot. Here's hoping these all hit. Especially Breast Zero Air Serpent. That would probably be best if it hit. Okay, good. Still hitting. All right. We're doing pretty good. Alright, let's see. Well, A team might be out. And Kiara's the only one still alive. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
正義の象徴が倒壊する。やるじゃない。私の経験値のくせに。証拠剤な。
Nope. Alright, B team's up. Let's see. Probably would have been an easier time if it wasn't for that nullify buff. Okay. Huh.
よしよし、白はないね。やっちゃうね。やればいいんでしょ。
Good hit, good hit. Alright, it's for one turn, so... Robin, the best you can do is, charge some NP, I believe. Let's boost your max HP, just in case. Okay. Alright, if this hits, I win. Oh, that did a little less damage than I thought. But I've got a couple busters from Melt, so... Crap. I might be using up another Saint Quartz here. Or...
ちらしなさい。慌てない。いいよ。
Help me, Obi-Wan Citonai. You're my only hope. I do not want to use up another Saint's Quartz.
おてんばかな。でも楽しい。
Shit. Well, at least I got a fair amount of it back.
本そじりしたそうか。本若知りへ一里弁そうか。万象見通す検定。北進より八個を擁護せし尊上の王よ。渾身の一筆を抑え。
Well, Robin's dead. And Melt might be too. Oh! They're both hanging on. Citonai and Melt are both hanging on. Not by much. Well, Melt's dead.
やるじゃない。私の経験値のくせ。
Oh, this is not good. Come on, Citonai.
慌てやっちゃおう。いいよ。
Ah, crap. Shoot. This is not looking good. At least hit the busters. Nice! Oh, I'm so close. I hate that. Oh, that just hurts. That just hurts. I hate when that happens. I hate when you trip at the finish line. It is just the most painful feeling. Looks like I might have bitten off a little more than I can chew. I can't believe how strong she is! She's nothing like her file in the database. Is she linked to the Outer God? Is that all it takes to make someone this much stronger? Still, at least we got her on the ropes now. Lady Hokusai, I have one last question for you. When I asked if you were the one behind all this, you said, yeah, you could say that. Now I want you to elaborate on that statement. Tell me, was the being who enticed you into doing this a god or a human? Beats me. All I know is someone called to me and I answered. Someone far, far away. A voice from the deepest reaches of the Void Sea. Then does that mean... Nope, no more yapping. Fights and fires might be Edo's flowers, Battling with our noble phantasms is us heroic spirits' flower. Finglui, finglui. Onso chireshuta soaka. Uganagla fatagin. Imperial Edict! In the name of His Imperial Highness's consort, I, Yang Taizhen. Stop it before one of you ends up dead! Hokusai? Huh? Van Gogh? What happened over there, nurse? Ow, ow, ow! I'm sorry. Van Gogh surprised me and tied me up. Hokusai, Hokusai, Hokusai! I've been wanting to meet you. Well, now. So we got yet another beauty on board I ain't never seen before. You the one who called me here? Huh? I called you? Deeper, deeper. Further, further. Ah! Did I? Also, did I hear him say your name is Van Gogh? As in Vincent van Gogh, the painter from the Netherlands. Yes, that's me. I'm honored you've heard of me. Nah, that ain't right. Who are you? Really? Ever since I got summoned to this day and age, you better believe I've been looking up work from artists who started painting after I died. That definitely goes for Mr. Van Gogh's work, too. I spent a hell of a long time studying his paintings. And the moment I took a gander at him, I could tell right away they were just like mine. Don't get me wrong. It means the world to me knowing one of the art world's biggest names took a liking to my work. But while Van Gogh might have dug Hokusai's style, they say he was always more of a fan of that Hiroshige youngster. And you know what? I believe it. I can practically smell Hiroshige's hand all over Van Gogh's work. That tells me Van Gogh was a guy, not a gal. A naive, sensitive fella, who probably caught more than his share of colds. Trust me, it takes a lot more than becoming a servant to change a painter's whole essence. Just take a look at that Da Vinci guy. So I know this is the pot calling the kettle black here, but I don't know you. Who are you really, lady? You might call yourself Van Gogh, but... Ha! That was my glamorous alter ego special attack. I do hope you liked it. I trust you don't mind, Silver Shinobi. It seemed like she'd said everything she had to say. Yeah. No problem. Good. Now you can deal with the bigger problem at hand. I look forward to seeing just how deep your love really goes. I don't know exactly what sort of problem Van Gogh is struggling with, but we do really have no other choice but to pry into it now. I mean, we're under so much pressure, and Captain isn't here with us either. Hey, Goey? Who's that? It can't be me. It looks like I'm just a nameless foreigner who called Hokusai to the Void Sea and tried to kill you all. I don't care about any of that. I just want to talk. That's all. Can I just ask you one thing, Master? Do you know who I really am? The true identity of my heroic spirit? One thing at a time, okay? Let's just take it easy for now. Please, tell me. Clétier. Huh? Clétier. 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 Ah! They're all glitching! Come on, guys, cut it out! There's a reason Captain's been keeping that to himself. Clétier. Clétier? Right. I remember now. That name was tucked away deep inside the knowledge I received from the throne. I see. It's the perfect name for me. Oh! Is that why I bloomed? Though, you know, Master, even after hearing that name, I still can't help but think of myself as Van Gogh. I can't escape his memories, either. So I'll go do my best to die on my own. Somewhere deeper and further away where I won't make any more trouble for any of you. Goodbye, Master. Goodbye, Lady Yang Guifei. Goodbye, everyone. A heartfelt handshake to each of you. Please, give my regards to Nemo. Huh? This can't be happening. Goi, why? Oh, this is terrible. Why do things never seem to go our way? Never mind that now. We've got to wake Captain up. Then we can look for Goi. Right, this is all very confusing for everyone, but we'll do our best to help as much as we can. That's a hell of a note for me to end on. Unfortunately, I'm past time, so I'm gonna have to save the rest of this for... actually, no. I can at least finish this. I'm really sorry, everyone. I guess the memory partition logic still has some serious bugs. I'll ask Xion to refine it as soon as we get back to the Wandering Sea. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that I put all of you in danger. And on top of that now, Van Gogh's up and disappeared. Can't tell you how sorry I am. I don't think I'll ever be able to make amends for this mess. It's okay. We haven't permanently lost anything yet. Don't worry, Nemo. I honestly don't think you did anything wrong. Thank you, Silver Shinobi. Alright, getting back on track. We need to prepare for the final phase of this operation. Let's start by assessing our current situation. Right. First, the Nemo Marines that were behaving erratically are still operating, albeit their personalities temporarily suspended. The rest of the Nemo series are still functioning as usual, though their opinions on what we should do next remain divided. That's largely because I'm still conflicted about this whole thing myself. I won't ever let my thoughts be shut down like that again, though. Sounds like your mind's just about made up. Hokusai's in the slammer, but she looks sane. Indeed. Toto-sama has woken up too, though he claims he doesn't remember anything. Maybe so, but that doesn't mean we can let her out. There's no telling when she might start acting up again. The professor and I examined her spirit origin graph, and it seems her skills were illegally modified. Father-daughter bond, the skill she uses to fight off the evil god's influence, was temporarily weakened. And in exchange, her item construction skill was significantly enhanced. That explains it. Disturbing though it may be, if this is the method the evil god used to influence her, then it is well within our means to counteract. I have already equipped her with the Mystic Code that should neutralize the weakening effects. Now all we can do is wait and see what happens next. Fortunately, she has been quite cooperative since her capture, so for the time being she should no longer be a concern. In that case, we just have to figure out what to do about Goi. Right. We searched the entire ship top to bottom, but we haven't found her anywhere. There's no trace of her in any of our system logs either. It's like she completely disappeared. Johto, a minute. Are we really not going to talk about how she wasn't actually Vincent Van Gogh in the first place? For that matter, who's this Clytier person anyway? I'm sorry, I think there were a lot of gaps in the knowledge I received from the throne. Clytier is a figure from Greek mythology. She's not very well known, so it's no surprise that you might not have heard of her. She's one of the 3,000 Oceanids, the water nymph daughters of the Titan of the Seas Oceanus, and his wife and sister Thetis. Her story is one of tragic love, envy, and desolation. Long, long ago, Apollo, god of the sun and the arts, had fallen deeply in love yet again, this time with a human. Her name was Leucotho. As the daughter of Orcamus, king of Persia, she was one of the most beautiful women in the world. But although Apollo yearned deeply for Leucotho, he already had a lover, Clytie, a water nymph. Though quite beautiful in her own right, she first despaired upon learning that Apollo had lost interest in her, then grew mad with envy. Shortly thereafter, Clytie began filling King Orcamus' ears with all manner of vile stories about his daughter, with no regard for the truth of her tales. Enraged, Orcamus called Leucotho before him and had her put to death. Apollo's heart broke in his grief, but even with Leucotho gone, he never returned to Clytie's side. From then on, love would forever be beyond Clytie's grasp. Though she regretted her actions, Clytie would never bring herself to abandon her love for the sun. Morning, noon, and night she fixed her gaze upon the sun. And in time she transformed from a nymph to a single flower. A sunflower. I never would have imagined that Van Gogh was actually a character from Greek mythology. Anyway, did I get Clytie's story right, Captain? Yes, that was spot on. Thanks, Mash. When we first met Van Gogh, her flower girl motif almost immediately reminded me of Clytie, the water nymph who had been falling out with Apollo. The flower she becomes at the end of her story is called the heliotrope, which means something like to always face the sun. However, later retellings often depict her turning into a sunflower instead. Of course, the Van Gogh we know also uses sunflowers prominently in a variety of ways, but so did Van Gogh the painter. He often used sunflowers in his paintings to represent the sun's warmth. In fact, some of his best-known works is actually a series of paintings titled Sunflowers. On top of that, both our Van Gogh and the painter Van Gogh tended towards self-destruction. True, Vincent van Gogh was very intelligent, but he also struggled to manage his passions, which sometimes led to him harming himself. While Clytie's story definitely shows how unrequited love can make one do foolish things, I think the fact that her intense regrets made her turn into a flower could also be seen as her need to punish herself. When you think about it, for two heroic spirits with different backgrounds and even genders, Van Gogh and Clytie do have a lot in common. I guess Van Gogh's spirit origin was actually mostly Clytie. For one thing, further analysis shows us that she has a high ranking of divinity, something you rarely see in servants from modern eras. At first I thought that was just because she's a foreigner, but if she's actually a nymph directly descended from Titans, that would explain it much better. Yet despite that, her memories are all Vincent van Gogh's, rather than Clytie's. Which means she must be a phantom spirit. She could also be a high servant. Both her Van Gogh side and Clytie seem fairly high-ranked after all. I don't know, but I do know that unlike you and me, she's been melded together from very disparate parts. Now she's a heroic spirit with a mind and body of Clytie, a female nymph, and Van Gogh, a male artist. Her very existence is one giant contradiction. It's no wonder she's so unstable. Now I see. That must be what the outer gods are after. You think so? I do. I can tell. After all, in one sense, I am an outer god myself. So I can understand what they're thinking, though only up to a point. When these gods set about making the heroic spirit we know as Van Gogh, it must have been for the purpose of invading your world, that is, modern-day Earth. The way from the outer to the inner, and from the void to reality, is long and treacherous. It is not the sort of path that can be crossed in a single leap. Indeed, even the strongest of gods could die a sudden, ignominious death if they were to stumble in the wrong spot. So they must have sought a place they could use as a foothold into your world, a bridgehead or outpost of sorts. They found one in void space, It is a completely unobservable zone, both next-door neighbor and distant destination to reality space, separated only by a thin wall of recognition. Excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting, but does that mean this mysterious enemy already knows about void space? I would think so, yes. We will need to come up with a means to counter that strategy upon our return. At any rate, we now know that their plan was to send a heroic spirit to void space on an expedition to discover more of the yet unknown paradise. To do this, they summoned Van Gogh to the void, where she proceeded to call Hokusai here and wait for us to arrive. They clearly already have a means of accessing void space, yet instead of coming here directly, they chose to send a heroic spirit in their place. I cannot profess to know what led to that decision, but given what we know of their goal, certainly their chosen heroic spirit must be capable of reaching the base of operations they would need. Furthermore, if we think back on what Van Gogh has accomplished thus far, we can surmise that she was given 3 duties to fulfill. 1. Requisition local personnel. 2. Create a local base. And 3. Deify the requisitioned personnel. Now I get it. They plan to use Chaldea's foreigners to bolster their ranks. That's correct, Osakabe. I expect the cost of summoning heroic spirits to the void must be too great for them to amass an army that way. So they must have thought to take advantage of our servant resources and our access to void space, which they've done quite well. In answering Van Gogh's call, Hokusai developed a madness of her own, warping her skills and making her amenable to the Outer God's desires. Thus, once she had successfully disguised herself and stowed away aboard the Nautilus, the Outer Gods had everyone they needed. Just as they planned, Hokusai transformed void space into a sea, and went on to paint trenches, battleships, and other grand works into existence. Had we not stopped her, she may have eventually succumbed to her madness completely and painted a temple for these evil gods that they could use for their outposts. I do not know how they plan to mount an assault on reality space from there. But if nothing else, I expect we would have been forced to give up the paper moon in order to stop them. And that, of course, would have put an end to any hope we have of restoring proper human history. Wow. I had no idea we were that close to disaster. Indeed we were. Then the Outer Gods must have had Hokusai in their sights right from the start. So when they realized they could use her ukiyo-e connection with Vincent van Gogh to bring her here... Indeed, that is no doubt one reason they chose Van Gogh, but I suspect their true aim lies elsewhere. Van Gogh's noble phantasm, the Starry Night, is a painting capable of swallowing the very world with its alternate depiction of reality. It can transform foreigners into gods and spread madness to all who gaze upon it. So once the Void Space Temple was complete, they must have planned on her using her noble phantasm to deify the other foreigners. No doubt that is the final phase of their plan, the grand mechanisms through which these evil gods meant to descend upon Earth. But that doesn't make sense! If Goi really wanted to do that, she could have turned me into an evil god whenever she liked. But she didn't! Exactly. Huh? Though some types of foreigners may be compatible with void space, if they should cease to be servants, or rather if their inner divinity were to take control of them, would they not then lose those abilities as well? Are you saying Goi was going to betray us? No. I am certain she had no desire to do that, which is exactly why her spirit origin was melded with Clytie. What do you mean? I too have read up on Vincent van Gogh's history. While some may call him a mad artist, I could see that deep down he was a man of strong convictions. Though he may well have yearned for a connection with the gods beyond the stars, he would never willingly be party to their plans once he learned they were evil in nature. One need only look to the life he lived as proof. Wait, are you saying the reason Van Gogh took his own life was because he learned that painting the Starry Night inadvertently invited an evil god into our world? I am saying that if it was indeed the case, then he would be bound by a similar restriction even as a heroic spirit. Vincent van Gogh would never succumb to madness, that is, the Outer God's influence. He would sooner take his own life. This must have been a great conundrum for the Outer Gods. The noble phantasm they desired above all others was wielded only by a heroic spirit who would never obey them. So they hatched a horrific plan. They would create their own patchwork heroic spirit who would meet their needs. They thought, what if we were to take Vincent van Gogh's memories and talent and give them to Clytie instead? In Clytie's case, she refused to take her own life regardless of how much she loathed herself, choosing to become a flower rather than fade away. That is the crucial part. Then you mean they prevented their chosen heroic spirit from being able to commit suicide, as her doing so would ruin their plans? Correct. Do you remember? Van Gogh herself said that she wished to die, but was unable to do so. So the Van Gogh side of her felt she should die in order to stop the Outer Gods' plans, but the Clytie side refused to allow her to do so. Poor Goey. That's the cruelest antinomy I've ever heard. No. Even without those fundamentally opposed beliefs jostling for control, the sheer discrepancy between Clytie's mind and Van Gogh's memories alone must have been so hard for her. It seems the Outer Gods and madness are inextricably intertwined. Foreigners indeed. With suicide no longer an option, if Van Gogh lost the battle in her mind and succumbed to the madness, then she may no longer have had any compunctions against using her noble phantasm. If that had come to pass, it would only be a matter of time until the evil god's temple was complete, just as they planned. How awful! Man, I know heroic spirits are basically living weapons, but twisting one of us to this degree is just... yeah, bye! What can we do to help her? Fine, I'll be the one to say it. There's one simple solution here. It's as efficient as it is cruel. We honor her wishes. We kill her. Oh, shut off the waterworks. I was just stating the obvious. If you really want to save her, you'll have to do the work of thinking up something less obvious. But I will say this. We're agreed that she can't kill herself, no matter how much she wants to, right? That means now she's disappeared, she must be running around lost and desperate at being unable to use her last resort. The fact that she gave up on the only way left to make her wish come true by having someone else kill her may even be a sign that her madness has reached its peak. Oh, come now, Miss Timeless Beauty. Glaring at me won't accomplish anything here. We all need to be aware that Van Gogh is only one step away from entering her final, most dangerous phase. If you want to save her from that fate, then you'll have to rack your brains to come up with a plan that's just, kind, wise, and smart. If you manage to pull that off, then I suppose I might consider helping you out a bit more. If I feel like it. I'll help too. I want to slack off more with Van Gogh. Go get Van Gogh. Go. I too will do my best to save this poor girl from her sad fate. Any honorable warrior would do the same. And of course, the very idea of letting these evil gods descend upon our world is outrageous. That would be an absolutely unacceptable affront to public decency. Young Guifei, the Nautilus... No, wait. Speaking as Captain Nemo, Phantom Spirit. I promise, I'll do everything in my power to save her. And if I've learned anything about you two over the course of this voyage, Acting Commander and Acting Vice Commander, it's that you both feel the same. Damn straight. Absolutely. There you have it. We're all of one mind on this. So, will you help us save her too, young Guifei? Yes, she, of course. I'll do whatever it takes to rescue her. But first we have to find her, so I'm going to have to make use of your mobility whether you like it or not, Lady Lambda. We'll also need resources. Goddess, anything you can help us find, new weapons, new information, anything, will be a huge help. Oh, and we'll also need to defeat the enemies hiding in the go-board spaces if we're going to get anywhere. Friend, Lady Brightco, I'll be counting on your help with that. As for me, I'll put everything I have into finding those enemies. Will you look for them with me, Patty? Yeah, of course I will, Yu-Yu. Sorry, I got so caught up in watching everything unfold that I forgot I'm actually part of it. But yeah, rescuing Professor Van Gogh? That sounds awesome. I'm gonna work just as hard to make that happen as I did to make that deadline that summer. Excuse me. Ah! Lord Zhang I'm so sorry about calling you Regimon King. Oh, no, I'm not at all concerned about that. As all paths I take are necessary, it was inevitable that history would come to know me by that moniker. I only wish to know if the naval chart I left you was entered into the computer's mapping system correctly. Yes, of course. I mean, we'd never made it this far in a million years without it. Then why are you all acting as though Clytie Van Gogh's whereabouts are unknown? Huh? Huh? Then does that mean this final destination here is... Indeed. I already accounted for Clytie Van Gogh's disappearance in my predictions. You should therefore be able to find her at that point. That said, my predictions show further conflict in the future, so I expect there will indeed be a fierce battle during the final stage of this incident. I also expect that our stockpile of resources will be the key to winning this battle, so I suggest we make every effort to ensure that we are sufficiently prepared. Thanks, Zhang Yu. And Captain, belated though it may be, I owe you an apology. As much as time was of the essence, it was still wrong of me to tamper with your ship without your permission. Don't worry about it. If you hadn't done that, none of us would be here right now. I'm glad you're on our side, Zhang Yu. He is a berserker. There's a method to his madness, though. Alright. Conqueror's war cry has been added to backup. Alright. With that, it sounds like we're approaching the home stretch. I guess I'll take care of these off screen. But still, that go board approach thing is actually pretty clever. Alright, I will see you guys later. Let's go ahead and see if there's anybody we can raid. Let's see, who can we raid and... Let's go ahead and raid Jump Dash Vade, who is currently going through some Mega Man Maker, so... Let's go ahead and raid with our default message. Gonna raid with Nobody Expects the Shinobi Inquisition, and we're going to raid Jump Dash Evade. Tomorrow, hopefully, going through the finale of this event. Things are getting pretty tense. I will see you all later. Let's go ahead and raid.